Hello, and thanks for staying tuned in to the Women in Retail and Total Retail Virtual Exchange. I'm Ashley Chiradio, Senior Content Strategist for Total Retail and the Women in Retail Leadership Circle. During this session, you'll be hearing from Leela Gill, Vice President of Marketing and Design for Intelligence Node, a real-time retail price intelligence platform that empowers businesses to drive product-level profitability and grow margins using data-driven competitive insights. Following this interview, you'll hear from Aaron San Andres, co-founder and CEO of Untuckit. Leela, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm delighted to be here, and Intelligence Node is really excited to be sponsoring the Women in Retail and Total Retail Virtual Exchange.
So I thought we could get started by you telling us a little bit about Intelligence Node.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a SaaS-based retail analytics company that helps retailers and brands convert shoppers into buyers by helping them improve in three key areas: pricing, assortment, and visibility. We were formed in 2012 when our CEO, Sanjeev Sularia, recognized the e-commerce market was in its nascency, and it was around 4% of total retail spend back then. And he recognized that retailers needed AI-based technology to really help them do automated pricing to compete with the likes of Amazon, which at the time was a $61 billion company, and today they are over $280 billion. So fast forward to today, and our patented AI-based algorithms help fuel the growth of over $600 billion in sales globally. And we're proud to have customers that include brands and retailers like Lenovo, Li & Fung, Nestle, and the world's largest retailer on the planet.
And so how have your retail clients' technology needs changed as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, considering the increased shift to online shopping?
Yeah, our clients have understood the shift to e-commerce was on the horizon, which is part of the reason why they're using us in the first place. And what COVID did was just accelerate that trend even further. So for our clients, they're actually doing quite well. And, but it's true that the retail industry has been very hit hard by COVID. In fact, the retail industry has declined $1.2 trillion globally in just a few months. But the e-commerce business is growing like crazy. And thanks to COVID, it's really helped accelerate that growth. And in the last 8 months, the e-commerce market has grown as much as it did in the last 8 years. In fact, the US Department of Commerce has some statistics around the growth of e-commerce in the last few months. And from 2010 to 2019, it grew from 4% to 12%. And just in the last few months, it's grown over 16% now of total retail spend. So, our customers understood that. They knew they've been taking a digital first approach. So our customers in particular have really done well and been able to compete in this particular market place because they're using our AI patented technology to really help themselves stay in front of shoppers all along the buying journey. And again, what we do is we help retailers and brands be visible. So what I mean by that is being on the first page of search or a marketplace. We help retailers and brands present the right assortment and have really comprehensive product descriptions so we advise through our AI technology what's missing, what are their competitors showing. We have computer vision that gives image scoring. And then last and most importantly, we also help them with pricing, which is really, really critical. And the other thing I wanted to just say about pricing is, and Forrester has published a lot of articles about this, price remains the number one factor for consumers in their buying decision. So it's really important that retailers and brands understand that full picture and where they compete within the pricing market.
How does your solution help retailers evolve their businesses to account for some of the long-term changes we're likely to see post-pandemic?
Yeah, this is a great question. I love it. And let's just talk a little bit about post-pandemic because Intelligence Node's been doing some really interesting consumer buying behavior surveys consistently over the last year and even before COVID. And some of you may remember back at the end of 2019 when the threat of tariffs were on on the horizon, we actually started the surveys way back then. So we've been tracking consumer behavior, their buying behavior in particular, over the last year. And the surveys have really brought to light some very interesting shopping behaviors across all demographics, not just the younger demographic, millennials and Gen Z. And I wanted to let your viewers know that we've compiled that data in a very comprehensive 2020 consumer buying report that's available for free on our website at intelligencenode.com. And I'd love to have everybody get a free copy of that and look at it because it's got some great data, and we've presented the information in a very easy to read format with lots of graphs and infographics. But from that data in particular, we just, on the back of that survey, we just finished another survey that came in yesterday, our results from the consumer buying survey about post-pandemic behavior and in 2021. And we asked consumers a lot of pointed questions about their perceptions about how they'll be shopping in the new year. And one of those data points that I wanted to bring up is that the majority of consumers said that they think in 2021 they are going to continue to shop online as they have this year during the pandemic, and that they expect to have their spending patterns remain the same in 2021, which essentially means they're prioritizing essential items just as they have in the last 6 months, and they're buying online versus going in person. So these data points really point to the need for retailers to seriously embrace a digital-first approach where their business is using technology to help them get accurate data insights around visibility, product assortment and descriptions, and pricing. And just to put this into perspective, why AI-based technology is so critical right now. If you're an average retailer with, say, 10,000 SKUs and 10 competitors, and you're online 7 days a week, you as a retailer should be checking your pricing against your competitors and making pricing decisions, making approximately 700,000 pricing decisions a week. With a team of 50 people working 12 hours a day across 5 days a week, that would calculate that you would need to be making decisions, 4 decisions per minute. So just think about that for a minute, 4 decisions per minute, a decision every 15 seconds. A human just can't do that. And this is what AI technology, especially our machine learning and patented technology, offer to retailers. We really help you automate that process and get those insights. We like to say that we are the eyes and ears for your business online, and we help you stay competitive. So the last thing I wanted to point out that I think is really valuable to retailers and brands from this post-pandemic survey that we just did is that the consumers still think that free shipping and frequent discounts will bring them back to an online store. So again, free shipping and frequent discounts are going to be really important this holiday and beyond. And while that certainly makes intuitive sense, we are surprised to know how many retailers don't recognize that shoppers, when they're looking online, they're looking across products. They're not just looking at your product. They're looking across all these different e-commerce sites. And so offering a discount is really important, but the timing of when you offer that discount is super important to give you that competitive advantage. So for example, if every other competitor is offering a discount at the same time, essentially you've just lowered your price point and you may or may not win that buying decision. So a solution like ours at Intelligence Node offers retailers, as I said, the eyes and ears on the marketplace, and we can tell you when to offer discounts and when your competitors' inventory levels are low, where perhaps maybe you can even increase your price and get a better margin. So that's how we really offer, that's how we can help retailers in this post-pandemic era.
So looking ahead, it's definitely going to be a unique holiday season. What should retailers be thinking about as they prepare, and how can your business help them prepare?
we have a retail guide to winning customers this 2020 holiday season that is based on a survey that we just did a few weeks ago. That's also available on our website and on our social media channels at intelligencenode.com, where we outline 10 key buying behaviors and how retailers can take advantage of those buying behaviors this season. One of those data points is that I want to share with everybody today is that 1 in every 2 shoppers, or about 50% of shoppers, are really, really excited about the 2020 holiday season. So that's great news. And it's no surprise that a lot of those shoppers are the younger shoppers, Gen Z and millennials in particular. So our advice to retailers and brands is to really cater to the younger Gen Z millennial shoppers, and especially online, and make sure that your top performing products are visible on the first page of search or marketplaces. Make sure that your product descriptions are chock full of useful content that the consumer can use to select your product over your competitors' products, and make sure that you're priced to win that buying decision. So I think it's going to be a great holiday season for retailers, as long as they, take into consideration that they are one of many competitors out there, and they are looking at their visibility, their product assortment and descriptions, and their pricing. And to close, I just want to say we're here for you, and it's not too late. If you don't have a digital first approach, we can help you. We have plug and play applications that are really fast to deploy. And we're looking forward to everybody following us on LinkedIn. Please go to intelligencenode.com and download those reports. And if you're interested in talking to us, book a meeting with us on intelligencenode.com, and we'll get set up with you right away.
Well, Leela, thank you so much for sharing all that industry insight. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Thank you so much. We're delighted to be here and sponsoring the event, and think that everything you guys are doing is terrific. So we appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks. Now, please stay tuned to hear from Erin San Andres, co-founder and CEO of Untuckit.